Now let's get into some real talk. It's time for story time, everyone. Why don't we just dive right on in? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for this video, what I thought we would do is we would try some more quizzes. Now we've been doing a lot of Sporkle quizzes, so what I thought we would try are some Buzzfeed quizzes. We haven't done that in quite some time. So I'm curious to see if they've upped up their quiz game. So why don't we dive right on in? All right, so if you get more than 13 out of 20 on this cooking trivia quiz, you know more about cooking than 95% of people. All right, so how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? 3. Correct. What sauce is used on Eggs Benedict? Hollandaise. Correct. What is butter made from? We're gonna go with sheep's milk? No, whipping cream. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Okay, good to know. What is the main ingredient in tzatziki? Greek yogurt. Correct. What spice is not found in Italian seasoning? I want to say bay leaves. Correct. When broiling in the oven, what direction does the heat come from? Bottom, and top, circulates via convection. Broiling, isn't it just the top? Correct. What method preserves meat with salt, sugar, and smoke? That is curing. Correct. Which one of these is not a pasta name? I'm gonna say Barcecilia? Correct. What can neutralize the spice level of a dish? That would likely be fat? No, acidity. I thought it could be. Makes sense. That's why lime juice and jalapeno are perfect. What is not a culinary cutting technique? That would be brunoise? No, coupe. Okay, fair enough. What does it mean to sweat vegetables? Probably steam until pale and soft? No, cook until translucent and tender. Good to know. What does it mean to truss a chicken? That one I would probably say tie its legs with twine. Correct. What is it called when you soak fruit in a liquid to enhance the flavor? That's emulsification, right? No, maceration. Good to know. What is a roux made up of? Water and cornstarch, fat and flour, acid and fat, baking powder and milk. Isn't it, water and cornstarch? No, fat and flour. Oh, close. What cooking method uses both dry and wet heat? That would likely be, blanching? No, braising. Okay. What 3 things make up mirepoix? Onion, garlic, carrots, garlic, celery, carrots, onions, peas, carrots, onion, celery, carrots. I would likely say onion, celery, carrots. Yes. What method uses acid, not heat, to cook seafood or fish? That would be ceviche. What does a honing steel do? Sharpens knives, peels vegetable skins, mends colanders, torches food. Probably sharpens knives? Correct. What is the main ingredient in gelatin? Animal bones, skin, and cartilage, horsehair, fish eggs, or pork fat? It's pork fat, right? It is okay, I thought it was the cartilage, but I wasn't sure. And finally, which cooking oil has the highest smoke point? Olive, sunflower, avocado, grapeseed. Isn't it olive? Avocado. Okay, not bad. 11 out of 20. Okay. The I can host if forced chef. You know the basics like mincing garlic, sauteing vegetables, and frying chicken. You have half a dozen recipes you can whip together, but you prefer not to cook. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Let's move on to the next one. Most people's basic math skills dissolve by age 28. Can you pass this easy multiplication quiz without using the calculator app? Well, let's find out. Solve the equation. 0 times 0 is 0. Correct. 0 times 10 is still 0. Correct. 5 times 1 is 5. Yeah. 4 times 2 is 8. Yeah. 8 times 1, 8. 10 times 1, 10. 5 times 10, 50. Correct. 6 times 7. I always struggled with this one. It's not 43, right? No. Okay. So then what we're gonna do is 7 times 5 is 46. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassing myself. It's okay, 35. So that 42. Okay, there we go. 8 times 10, 80. Yes. 9 times 4, so that would be 40. Yes, and yes, so that is 32. 36. 36. 10 times 10, 100. 11 times 9, 99. 12 times 12, isn't that like 124 or something like that? 12 times 12, okay. Let's actually stop for a minute. So 12 times 12, so 4, 2, 4 and the 2, yes. And then we've got, so it's 264. Oh my gosh, 164. I'm gonna give up. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. 144. Okay. 15 times 5. That would be 75. 13 out of 14. Okay, did that one wrong. A solid square root in a machine. You got 13 out of 14. You're well on your way to being a multiplication expert. You've got the fundamentals down. Just a few hiccups here and there. One more review and you'll be flawless. Not bad. Let's go to the next one. If you were born between 1969 to 93 and grew up on movies, you'll easily pass this 90s quotes quiz. Well, let us find out. Fill in the 90s movie quote. I'm the blank of the world. I'm the king of the world. My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You're a virgin who can't drive. Alrighty then. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path? Yes. You had me at hello. We are the blank, mister. We are the misfits? Weirdos. Just blank it in. Just leave it in? Tap it in. Oh yes, Happy Gilmore. I don't suppose you know what kind of alien life form leaves a green spectral trail and craves blank and blank, do you? Blue Gatorade, sugar water, iced tea, black coffee. Blue Gatorade? Sugar water, Men in Black. I've never actually seen that movie. Welcome to downtown, blank, population, us. Welcome to Coolsville? Yes. Please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. God help us. We're in the hands of men? Engineers. Oh, okay. Right, Jurassic Park. Get busy living or get busy dying. That blank really tied the room together. That rug? Yes. 10 out of 14. You can't handle the truth, but you're close. You got 10 out of 14 quotes. You came, you saw, you almost conquered. You've clearly seen your fair share of grunge-era classics and can confidently drop a few zingers at a trivia night. You're not quite red carpet ready, but you're definitely in the VIP lounge of 90s nostalgia. Not bad. Let's go to the next one. This 30-question general knowledge test will eliminate 53% of people before question 21. Well, let us see. So if you get one wrong, I think that's it. Okay. What ancient civilization is credited with inventing the alphabet? Ancient Greeks, Sumerians, Egyptians, Phoenicians. It's the Greeks. What? It's the Phoenicians? Let's try again. The Phoenicians. What's the largest land mammal? That would be the Asian elephant? Damn it! That was the African elephant, obviously. Duh. What's the name of the fictional town in the book To Kill a Mockingbird? That would be Macomb, Alabama. Yes. What famous statue is located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? Christ the Redeemer. Yes. What's the capital of Australia? Melbourne? Ah! Canberra. We're gonna keep going though. Who created the Peanuts comic strip featuring characters like Charlie Brown and Snoopy? Wasn't that Charles Schultz? Yes. What popular breakfast cereal is known for its mascot, Tony the Tiger, and the slogan, "They're great"? Frosted Flakes. Who directed the science fiction film 2001: A Space Odyssey? Stanley Kubrick? Yes. Which U.S. president signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Lyndon LBJ? Yes. What is the chemical code for silver? It's AU, right? Yes. In The Great Gatsby, what is Gatsby's first name? J, Daisy, Nick, Tom. J. What continent is the Sahara Desert located in? That would be Africa. What video game released in 2011 features a silent protagonist named Dragonborn? It allows players to create their own character and explore a vast open world. Dragon Age, Elder Scroll, World of Warcraft, Fallout. Dragon Age? No, it was Skyrim. Alright. What British band formed in '94 achieved massive global success with hits like Wannabe and Say You'll Be There? Spice Girls. What is the national dish of Canada? The poutine. What streaming platform is known for its original series like The Crown and The Queen's Gambit? Netflix. What year did World War II begin? 39? Yes. Who wrote the poem The Raven? Edgar Allan Poe. Who painted the ceiling on the Sistine Chapel? That was Michelangelo. What musical features the song Tomorrow? Annie. What year did the first iPhone come out? 2008? No, 2007. We're gonna go back up then. Who played Fran Fine in The Nanny? That would be Fran Drescher. How many bones are in the adult human body? It's 206, right? Yes. What is the name given to a group of owls? That is a senate, right? A parliament. Well, we're gonna try that again. Well done. Who wrote the Odyssey and the Iliad? Homer. What two countries make up the Iberian Peninsula? Morocco and Algeria? No. Spain and Portugal. What is the fear of spiders called? That is arachnophobia. Oh, look at that. Arachnid phobia or arachnophobia? Arachno. Yes. What late night talk show host is known for his mean tweets segment? Jimmy Kimmel. What is the longest river in Europe? That's the Rhine, right? Damn it. It's the Volga. What is the name of the punctuation mark that combines a question mark and an exclamation point? That's interrobang, right? Yes. 30 out of 30. Look, I'm so amazing. Let's just say I failed clearly from the beginning. So it was just fun to kind of see how far I could go, and I got caught up a few times. Let's go to the next one. These are all well-known fast food taglines, but I still doubt anyone can correctly match them to their places. Name the fast food restaurant. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Have it your way. That is Burger King. Eat fresh. Subway. When you're here, your family. Olive Garden. It's good mood food. Sonic? No, Arby's. No one out pizzas the Hut. Pizza Hut. Finger licking good. KFC. Think outside the bun. Taco Bell. Fan food, not fast food. Carl's Jr.? Dairy Queen. Where's the beef? Wendy's. Just like you like it. Whataburger? Yes. Better ingredients, better pizza. That's likely Papa John's? Yeah. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. Yes. Freaky fast. That's likely Sonic. Jimmy John's. Okay, 11 out of 14. Loving it mostly. Nice. You're cruising through the fast food freeway with confidence. You know your Whoppers from your Big Macs and your Eat Fresh from your Finger Licking Good. Not quite a slogan savant, but definitely sauce-worthy. You've earned a spot in the drive-thru Hall of Fame. Well, thank you. Let's go to the next one. I'm sorry, I just can't believe any adults today can name all 16 out of 16 of these 80s movies by their taglines. Well, let's see. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Don't get him wet, keep him out of bright light, and never feed him after midnight. Gremlins. He's the only kid ever to get in trouble before he was born. Back to the Future. Part man, part machine, all cop, the future of law enforcement. RoboCop. The snobs against the slobs. That's Revenge Against the Nerds? No, Caddyshack. You'll Crack Up. That is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Yes. The funniest movie ever to make you cry. Stand By Me? No, Steel Magnolias. Fast cars, fast girls, fast carrots, fast carrots, fast carrots. That's probably the Fast Times. Yep. The things that won't die and the nightmare that won't end. A Nightmare on Elm Street. No, The Terminator. Man is the warmest place to hide. That would be The Thing. He is afraid, he is alone, he is 3 million light years from home. E.T. They're here. Poltergeist. They're not just getting rich, they're getting even. That would be, Trading Places? Yes. Be afraid, be very afraid. The Fly. Yes. They'll never get caught, they're on a mission from God. The Blues Brothers? Yes. If Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. That's a Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, the Taglinator, 13 out of 60. You clearly spent some time in a Blockbuster aisle. You've got a solid grip on the gnarly taglines that sold a generation on big hair, big explosions, and even bigger one-liners. You're just one montage away from perfection. Cue the train music. Not bad. Let's go to the next one. I'm not calling you uncultured, but if you can't pass this international food quiz, well, let us see. This Peking duck, which is made up of crispy skinned duck, is served on the thin pancakes pictured below and topped with hoisin sauce and veggies. Do you know where it's from? China? Yes. Pad Ki Mao, aka Drunken Noodles. Thailand, yes. Knafe, dessert dish made with sweet cheese and shredded phyllo dough. That would likely be Jordan? No, Palestine. Damn it. Okonomiyaki. Okay, that is Myanmar? No, Japan. Lahmacun or lahmacun, similar to a pizza flatbread. That is Turkey and Armenia. Okay. Poison crew, raw fish dish. That is New Zealand? No, French Polynesia. Pefala or pefala, pineapple mixture. That is Samoa? Yes. Pakora, popular street food, veggie fritters. Bangladesh. No, India. Goi Kwan, aka spring rolls. That is Vietnam. Yes. Lupulu is traditional taro leaves, corned beef, onion, tomato. I'm going to say that is Tonga. Yes. Gourmet sabzi. It's a herb stew. We're gonna go with Kazakhstan. No, Iran. Gimbap or kimbap. That is South Korea, right? Yes. Kasir is a bulgur cracked wheat salad made with tomato, green onion, parsley, pomegranate, molasses. We're gonna go with Turkey. Yes. And finally, kari kari is a peanut-based curry. We're gonna go with Indonesia. Nope, the Philippines. 8 out of 14. Bonus question. Let's mix it up a bit, shall we? Can you correctly name the sweet treat in the comments below? Here's a hint. It's from China. Plus 2 points to anyone who guesses it correctly. Isn't it just sugared fruit? Sugared candy? Either way, 8 out of 14. Could have been better, but let's go on to the next one. If you can't get more than 12 out of 17 on this basic health trivia test, you're absolutely not allowed to call yourself a gym bro. What's the recommended amount of moderate intensity activity you should get each week? Wouldn't that be 3 hours? 2.5. Okay. How many cups of water should you drink a day? 8 to 12. No, 12 to 16. Okay. Which muscle group is often neglected in workouts? Isn't it the back? Yes. What's the recommended amount of sleep for adults? 7 to 9. Yes. Which of these foods has the highest source of protein? That would be quinoa. No, yogurt. Which one of these is not a real yoga position? That would be the raven pose. Which of these is not a common type of Pilates? That would be cold? Yeah. When should you ideally stretch? Before a workout. Oh, both before and after. What muscle group is mainly targeted by squats? That would be your glutes. Which nutrient is essential for muscle growth and Repair. That is protein. What exercise targets the quadricep muscles? That would be bicep curls? No, lunges. Okay, yeah. Which nutrient is found in leafy green vegetables and is essential for bone health? That is potassium. No, calcium. Tabata is a high-intensity interval training workout. How long are the intervals? 20 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of rest. It's 30 seconds, 10 seconds, right? No, 20, 10. Okay. What's the primary benefit of foam rolling? It reduces muscle tightness. In a deadlift, how high are you supposed to lift the barbell before lowering it? It's to your hips. Yes. Which one of these is not a stroke in swimming? That would be the cricket? Yes. What's the appropriate target heart range for a vigorous workout? That would be 60 to 75? No, 70 to 85. Not bad. 10 out of 17. I'm a fitness master. You killed it. So here's a bonus question for an extra challenge. Name as many yoga poses as you can in the comments. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. All right, let's move on to the next one. I will expose your IQ level with this 9th grade spelling test. Pick the correct spelling for millennium. That would be this one? Yes. The correct spelling for supersede. This one? No, that one. Pick the correct spelling for maneuver. That one. No, that one. Damn it. Pick the correct spelling for bureaucracy. That one. Pick the correct spelling for conceit. This one. Pick the correct spelling of occurrence. This one. No, that one. Damn. Pick the correct spelling of rhythm. That would be this one. No, it was that one. Damn it. Pick the correct spelling for relevant. That one. Pick the correct spelling for consensus. That one. No, that one. Pick the correct spelling of aesthetic. That one. Pick the correct spelling of dilemma. That one. Pick the correct spelling of judgment. That one. Yes. 7 out of 12. Wow, you've been paying attention to your words. Autocorrect is scared of you. Yeah, I highly doubt it. Let's go to our final quiz. These horror movie questions were on Jeopardy. Are you enough of an expert to get them right? Well, let's see. Recent horror movies for 200. Leaning into the trope, the Terrifier films have a killer character named Art the This. Art? Who is Art the Clown? Correct. Scary movies for 200. Film in which Jack Nicholson uttered the immortal line, "Here's Johnny." What is The Shining? Correct. At the end of the scary movie for 400, this is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo, signing off. What is Alien? Correct. From the Page to Scream for 400. Author Ira Levin claimed credit for first suggesting Mia Farrow as the lead in this 1960 adaptation of this horror novel. What is Rosemary's Baby? Correct. Horror movies for 400. This character drowning at Camp Crystal Lake leads to all kinds of murderous fallouts in Friday the 13th. Who is Jason? Correct. Horror films for 200. In 1910, less than a century after this novel was published, it had its first film adaptation with Augustus Phillips as the title Scientist. What is Frankenstein? Correct. The movie for 400. This 1973 horror classic had Linda Blair take an extended look around. What is The Exorcist? Correct. A Real Horror Story for 400. This author pretty much nailing the title early in the book. Now do you still want the interview? The vampire asked. Who is Anne Rice? Correct. Recent horror movies for 600. No stranger to horror, Ethan Hawke starred in the first film in this franchise about lawless time in a future America. What is The Purge? Correct. Classic movies for 600. This Dario Argento horror classic about a dance studio that's really a coven was remade in 2018. What is Suspiria? Correct. For Sweater or Worse for 600. You can score a version of this horror villain's striped sweater on Amazon for about $40, finger knives not included. Who is Freddy Krueger? Correct. Horror films for 6. Jamie Lee Curtis was paid $8,000 and provided her own wardrobe for this 1978 John Carpenter film, her first feature. What is Halloween? Correct. At the end of the Scary Movie for 800. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. What is The Silence of the Lambs? Correct. Big and Little Pop Culture for 800. Lil Rel Howery eased the tension a bit as Daniel Kaluuya's wisecracking bud in this 2017 horror film. What is Get Out? Recent horror movies for 8. Director Ari Aster followed up Hereditary with another shocker, this film in which Florence Pugh goes Swedish. What is Midsommar? Correct. Scary movies for 8. Bram Stoker's Widow got a court order to have this 1922 German silent classic destroyed, but it survived, as vampires do. What is Nosferatu? Correct. L or LA for 800. A 2019 horror movie was called The Curse of Her, Spanish for The Weeping Woman. What is La Llorona? Correct. Horror movies for 800. In 1990, Christine Elise battled this homicidal doll. In 2019, it was Aubrey Plaza. Who is Chucky? Correct. Tales of Horror for 8. Luke is the future heir of this Shirley Jackson title place. Sadly for Luke, that title includes The Haunting of... What is Hell House? Correct. 2 for the show, 1 for 1,000. A special 2022 horror double feature paired Pearl and X, both starring this actress, who is Mia Goth. Correct. Recent horror movies for 1,000. Before the horror of Long Legs, Micah Monroe was on the run in this 2014 hit involving a sexually transmitted curse. What is It Follows? Correct. Oh, the horror for 1,000. Ghostface, the White Mask Killer, in this 1996 film asks, what's your favorite scary movie? What is Scream? Correct. Horror for 1,000. Some say the first true horror film is the 1920 silent picture, The Cabinet of this Doctor. Who is Dr. Caligari? Correct. Movie characters for 12. In 2003 horror film, it was Jason Voorhees against this killer, match made in hell. Who is Freddy Krueger? Correct. Horror movies for 12. Drag Me to Hell, directed by this horror heavyweight, focuses on a woman placed under the curse of the Lamia by a wicked witch. I actually don't know this one, so I'm going to guess who is Sam Raimi. Correct. The movies for 12. This 2009 horror film that cost $15,000 to make grossed over $100 million and has spawned 4 sequels. What is Paranormal Activity? Correct. Describing the horror film franchise for 12. Title tool of the trade, locked up folks, cutting to the chase, the Tobin bell tolls for thee. Oh gosh, that is Saw. What is Saw? Black and white movies for 16. This classic 54 horror film about a humanoid animal monster practically saved Universal from bankruptcy. That would be who... Oh. Was that the creature from the Black Lagoon? Yes. What is the creature from the Black Lagoon? Scream shouts for 2. Donald Sutherland was a total scream dealing with pod people in the 78 horror remake. What is Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Literary antagonist for 2. Pazuzu is an ancient Babylonian demon who possesses this little girl in The Exorcist. Who is Reagan? Correct. Describing the horror film franchise for 2. A high school plane trip to Europe. What could possibly go wrong? Making death mad? Problematic? Hi, Mr. Bloodworth. What is Final Destination? Correct. Pop culture tidbits for 2. Tony Todd was paid $1,000 each time he was stung by a bee, playing the title villain in this 92 horror film. What is Candyman? Correct. Girly movies for 2. The tagline for this 83 horror film is, she'll possess you, then destroy you, then she's death on wheels. What is Christy? Correct. At the end of the scary movie for 5. Daily Double. I used to hate the water. I can't imagine why. What is Jaws? Correct. 34 out of 34. Honorary final girl. Congratulations, you aced this quiz. You're basically a final girl at this point. You're a well-versed horror fan and know the ins and outs of everything from slasher movies to classic horror novels. You would absolutely survive a horror movie, and you're darn proud of that. Nice job. You know it. All right then. And there you have it. That was just some BuzzFeed quizzes. Overall, I did pretty good. Know my general knowledge quite well, but, could have done better. Let me know how well you would have done with those quizzes. I know the last one I aced. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!